Real story behind the name Mercedes. Did you know the world's most luxurious car brand, Mercedes, wasn't named after its inventor, but after a little girl? The year was 1900. The German automobile industry was still in its infancy, with Gottlieb Daimler and Wilhelm Maybach building fast, experimental cars under Daimler Motorengesellschaft, DMG. Meanwhile, Emil Jelinek, a wealthy Austrian businessman with an obsession for racing and a flair for marketing, was one of their biggest clients. But Jelinek wasn't just buying cars, he was reshaping the industry. Jelinek believed the early Daimler cars weren't fast or stylish enough for the elite clients he wanted to impress. So he struck a bold deal with DMG. He would order 36 specially designed cars, fund their racing campaigns, and promote the brand across Europe on one condition. The cars had to carry the name of his daughter, Maecedes Adrienne Ramona Jelinek, who was just 11 years old at the time. But why his daughter's name? Because in an era dominated by aristocracy and status, the exotic Spanish name Mercedes carried elegance, charm, and mystique. It was a marketing genius, short, memorable, and sophisticated. Jelinek himself began racing under the pseudonym Monsieur Mercedes, cementing the name on the racing circuits, and the gamble worked. In 1901, the new Mercedes 35 horsepower roared onto the racing scene. It wasn't just another car. It looked nothing like the boxy, unstable, horseless carriages of its time. With a lower body, a longer wheelbase, and a lightweight design, it became the blueprint for the modern automobile. The Mercedes dominated the races, and suddenly the name of an Austrian schoolgirl became the hottest brand in Europe's elite circles. But here's where the story turns bittersweet. Maecedes Jelinek herself never touched the wheel of the car that bore her name. She lived in the shadow of her father's business empire and the global brand that immortalized her. The irony is almost cruel. The little girl became a household name not because of who she was, but because her father used her identity as a brand strategy. Meanwhile, the true pioneers, Carl Benz, the man who invented the first automobile, and Gottlieb Daimler, who advanced the engines, had to wait until 1926 for their names to be merged into Mercedes-Benz, after DMG and Benz Inside joined forces. By then, the Mercedes brand had already conquered the world, and Benz was the secondary name added for historical legitimacy. So think about it. Today, when we see the Silver Star logo, we think of innovation, wealth, and status. But behind that glamorous brand lies a little girl whose name was borrowed, a father who played the marketing game of his life, and inventors who got overshadowed by a word that wasn't even theirs. So here's a quick question. If you had the chance, would you want your child's name to be remembered forever like Mercedes?